All right, happy Friday, everyone. Let's get straight into this Forex market check. Forex time. All right, gold. We've still got the weekly low below us. Quite a bit to go till we get there. We might even reverse. Although it's not really looking that way, but we'll see. I will monitor this potential range. Aligns nicely with our context of being bearish, so yeah, we can definitely get some sort of pullbacks and continuations. Asia low is sitting at the range low beautifully. Like, this already is something that I like to see. Asia low being the range low, like so. Boom. Whether we get a confirmation today, I don't know. Like, if this range moves normally, yeah, I feel like if anything, you're going to get a confirmation. At least for me, being where I am, it'll probably be when I am asleep. But nevertheless, we will see what happens. So yeah, that is gold. Fairly simple. Aligns well with the context of a potential distribution in a, like, oh, look at this. Aligns well with the context of a distribution in a bearish context. And can I just say, this liquidity here is absolutely beautiful. Like, this is so nice. Yeah. Wow. Like, this liquidity to me, guys, is like seeing a Lamborghini Revuelto in real life. Like, this is just beautiful. Beautiful. Mwah. All right. But we also need to make sure that we're coming down, creating liquidity as well within this range. At the moment, we have left some demand. So this is going to be, ideally, we want this to get mitigated before we confirm that third tap. So if we can do something like this, boom, come back, mitigate, slowly climb up, grab this extreme, boom, and then flush down. That is the pre-planning on gold. All right, let's have a look at silver. Ran through demand. We are still very much so bearish on the alley, as we have not broken any sort of structure. Could we get something here? I don't know. We do have some demand here. I guess for silver at the moment, like, yeah, we're obviously bearish. We're sort of pulling back now, so yeah. We can kind of just keep an eye out for this distribution, potentially. We'll see what happens. This has been mitigated on the lower time frame, like twice over in a way. So this has been mitigated. This has been mitigated. So you kind of have this. So you got overlapping refined supply here, which has been mitigated. Get this the right color. Then we've got another POI of overlapping refined supply here, mitigated. And this is the most refined supply POI, which showcases exactly where the true inefficiency lies on the chart. And I can guarantee you that should price come up here, you're going to get a beautiful reaction from this. So yeah, keep this monitored should we come back up. It's not something I advise, and it's not because it's not my trading style, but you could almost short price coming into this supply all the way back down for some crazy risk to reward. Boom. Well, we've got the alert set, and we will see. But for now, my main focus is on this range right here. And we even have liquidity right here. Whether this liquidity gets swept, I don't know. But we will see. All right, oil. Oil might be just bullish for now. Yeah, so the sentiment has turned to bullish on oil on the hourly. So this is now bullish. I believe the 4-hour is, yeah, still very much so bearish, but we have mitigated this demand, so we can expect some bounces as the overall context is still pretty much bullish. So if we look at oil locally, yeah, if we look at oil locally, I'm kind of looking at this at the moment. This is my range. Should this get a better confirmation? It's like borderline just becoming a range. So there's still a lot more to go, and it's even kind of leaving behind some form of supply. If I do look at the supply on the lower time frame, does look mitigated, but we do have some overlapping supply. So once again, similar to silver, expect a reaction here. And this is the range I am monitoring on oil. So yeah, just remember, guys, the context is bullish at the end of the day. So we're very much allowed to come in, sweep some, like deviate this tap and then accumulate. Asia highs here as well, which is nice. Perfect. So yeah, like in terms of today, there will not be any sort of movements today that we're looking at. It's more so for early next week model that might play out, might not play out. We will see. Let's go to Forex. Still in this GBP JPY setup. Not a whole lot has changed. Yeah, nothing has changed really here. Just patience, 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 patience. USD JPY, I had this pre-planned yesterday, which never got the confirmation I wanted. So I pre-planned it from this tab, but now we are looking at this model, so it is still valid. Okay. So yeah, so focus is on this range. It's not the best. Okay, that's easy to see. Now we're kind of just looking for an extreme to get taken out. So looking at this chart, what do we have? I think there's going to be some extreme liquidity there. Yeah, there is. Perfect. This is our extreme liquidity. Most important POI on this chart is right here. Once again, guys, just be aware. This is a counter context move. There is a lot of, not a lot of, sorry, there like a lot of time frames are bullish, as you can see. The alley might even be bullish now, unless it's changed. So broken structure there. Okay, so the alley is still bearish. If we can get a slow, if we can start slowing down into this third tap and then break convincingly, then I am willing to enter with low risk, 0.5% risk essentially. So yeah, we will see how this plays out. But this is the range I'm interested in. It is what it is, but unfortunately the Asia high is here. So the Asia high is going to have to get taken out for us to trade. And also the Asia low has already been taken out. So you're kind of going to have to make an exception to a rule on this model. But that's also because it is a high time frame model. So when the models are a little high time frame, depending, like there's a few things you got to take into consideration, I guess. But when the models are higher time frame and the build up's nice over a higher period of time, then you can kind of have a little bit of leeway to the sessions. But obviously if it's a lower time frame and your Asia high is untapped and your Asia low has been swept and you're accumulating, then yeah, you can definitely look at that to long. But here, just because of the higher time frame model, I'm willing to risk less, but get my foot in the door with this trade if it presents itself nicely. The only thing I don't like is there's essentially no return to zone, as you can kind of see. But there is, quite. The range is inefficient. Like there is quite a bit of inefficiencies, as you can see. Price hasn't really gone into the discount section of the range, but this is a lot more better to use in crypto, whereas in Forex, because there's that much volume, it doesn't really matter. But nevertheless, something you can take into consideration as well. But yeah, at the moment, I need price to slowly make its way up, sweep this extreme liquidity, and then convincingly break before I look at a potential short. So yeah, that is it for USD JPY. Not a lot has changed. Compression is really, really nice though. And we definitely got that first move, fake move out of the compression. Yeah, we'll wait for this PI, see what happens. USD CHF. Well, this accumulation model, aligning with our context, occurred beautifully. But there was just a lot of supply, which is why I didn't want to enter, and I didn't enter. Okay, 2 hourly market structure low. Broken, nice. We are now officially bearish on the 2 hour. Still bullish on the 4, and then obviously daily and weekly as well. Something to note is that we are leaving behind supply right here. So we might be seeing a change in sentiment. Yeah, look, we might be shifting to a bearish sentiment in the short term, but there's just no distributions that entice me at the moment. So there is a lot of nice liquidity, which can definitely get swept and probably will get swept. But other than that, not really a whole lot more that catches my eye. But yeah, just be patient here, really. Not a whole lot more that I can say. You guys probably get tired of me saying just be patient, but it is honestly the nature of the game. If you're going to be successful in this business, you got to be patient. It's that simple. Okay, let's move on. NZD CAD. We may have a shift here in... No, okay. Definitely not. Still very much so bearish. But as you can see, there's just nothing really to... Yeah, we're kind of just in the process of sweeping these... sweeping this sell side liquidity below us. I'm curious if... It definitely looks valid on the high. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, it's all been mitigated on the lower time frames. So I would not be putting too much emphasis on this distribution. All right, AUD CHF, let's have a look. Wow. Let me just quickly, before I go to AED-CHF. Yeah, nothing needs to be changed here. Well, yeah, with this model, we never got a confirmation. We may have even broken a market structure low here. Okay, so on the 4 hour, we're bearish now, officially, but we still got quite a bit more to go until we can get a 18-hour market structure closure. Precisely. Yeah, so it's going to be 1 a.m. that we're going to get a closure here. So for now, yeah, for now, it's technically bearish. As much as the daily is bullish, we are... As much as daily is bullish. Let me measure market structure. Not with that. SFP. Yeah, we're technically speaking, we're bearish essentially. So we're bearish across pretty much all time frames at the moment. We're bullish here. Then we're pretty much bearish here. Made a lower low. SFP this, yeah, we're overall we're bearish. Pretty much bearish across the board. So yeah, essentially look for distributions on AED-CHF. I just don't know if we have any presenting themselves. And yeah, so we have left quite a bit of supply actually above us. Now it has been mitigated on the lower time frame, but as always, we do have this, which is it even overlapping? We might even have some overlapping supply, as a matter of fact. Yeah, technically speaking, this is valid overlapping supply. And we even have that refined area as well. So quite a few areas where price can, you know, pull back from. So yeah, so essentially here, all I'm looking for is potential distributions. Whether we get them, I don't know, but we will see. Yeah, we'll see. All right, GBP and ZD, let's move on. We might be bullish here now, potentially. Asia low from the other day still hasn't been taken out, as you can see. Okay, so we are still... very much so bullish. In fact, we've even... Yeah, I'm not really looking at this from a distribution. We've even left behind demand. As much as the weekly is bearish, just look at the bigger picture. Everything else is bullish, so expect us to go high. We've also left demand below. I'm not going to be rushing to distribute just yet. This has been mitigated on the lower time frame, ever so slightly. Yeah, we have grabbed the Asia low. We'll see if something like this happens. Never know. All right. Yeah, nothing has changed here essentially for GBP and ZD. I expect higher, but I'm sort of pre-planning for some potential exhaustion. We are in heavy supply. We've got more supply here. We'll see. We'll see what price decides to do. All right. That is GBP and ZD. Alerts are set. AUD CAD. What's going on here? Okay, so this is aligning with our short-term sentiment of being bearish. I'm not seeing any changes here. I'm just seeing this chart continue its bearish continuation, really. This has been mitigated ever so slightly. Yeah, so this has all been mitigated. If you really want, you can do something like this. And just double check that there are no, or double check to see if there are any inefficiencies here that you might be able to mark on your... Yeah, so you can essentially look at this as a POI. That's fine. Yeah, so other than this, there's not a whole lot that I'm interested in. Still overall bearish. We're disrespecting this demand. Yeah, but we are also in a like slightly higher time frame range. We're just kind of bouncing up and down from premium to discount, back to premium, back to discount. Is this valid? No, it has been mitigated. So yeah, that is it for AUD CAD. Not a whole lot at the moment that interests me. Put an alert there as well, just in case. AUD USD. We are still bearish. We like temporarily broke to bullish, and now we've gone back down to bearish. Yeah, I do feel we're gonna. Oh, we are moving towards this demand below, so I'm not really looking at accumulating. Like, no matter how clean really the accumulation might look, I'm still focused on distributions, and given there are no distributions presenting themselves at the moment, I am not too interested in AUD USD for now. CHF JPY. We've mitigated demand nicely, very nicely. So given the context is bearish, we can definitely look at this as a potential range, which is close to sweeping this liquidity. Doesn't necessarily mean we have to sweep it. So this range here, guys, has kind of got that. We've seen it before where price wicks Asia lows here. Really, really nice. We've seen it before when price kind of wicks it a few times, and if you zoom in, it probably will be, or technically is a Model 1 distribution. It's kind of a confirmed Model 1 distribution already. When this happens, I normally do like to look for that extended tap. Looking at this. Technically speaking, I think we have SFP'd this. Yep, that is an SFP. We'll get to Euro GBP. So yeah, from this whole move, I'm kind of going to trade it as an extended tap, as in these all being one tap. And then we come back in, and we sweep something here, and then we break convincingly. That's kind of what I'm looking at. So we will see what happens. I'm just going to set my alerts. It does look, although a little too market structure like the more I look at it. This could even be a test model where we can monitor, like, the return to zone's nice. And yeah, you've obviously got a local model here. This could simply be a test model where you'd kind of have to enter here, or as I've mentioned, see if we can break and then get a pullback where you can get like even like a 2 risk to reward here. So this is actually quite interesting. If we can convince, like, if we can come back down here, it doesn't look like we're wicking. If we can come back down and leave a nice imbalance and break structure here, then I will be looking at a entry on a retest and mitigation of that supply, as I just said earlier. Like something like that, boom. Then we can enter on the break. You could have a tight stop, or you could play it safe and just have you stop above that tap. What I do like about this is Asia low is range low, and the context is bearish. So this is fairly like in our favor. Well, I'll put this alert here, and then I'll put this alert where the market structure, the new market structure low is. So this is essentially the low that we want broken now. And this is a valid low on the... It's a 3-minute low. All right, we'll see what happens. This, like, just looking at this, it does look like a valid test entry. So a test entry, for anyone that doesn't know, is when price fails to break, or doesn't actually break structure, but quickly comes back up close to that third tap. We're looking at this local model here. Quickly comes back up close to that third tap, but doesn't actually deviate the tap. It comes up close to sort of, you know, psych out the retail trader, and then it just dumps down and hits your expectational order flow. So as of now, this looks to me like the perfect move of the test theory. So we'll see if that plays out. But I do want to trade. I do trade break of structure. So if there's no break of structure, there's no entry. Pretty simple. And also the fact that we're kind of coming slow, you can see buy side liquidity start forming. So yeah, regardless, we've got our alert set. We'll just play the waiting game and see what happens. The one thing I didn't adjust was the fact that we are now bullish on the hourly. That is something to be a little cautious of. And on the 4, okay, we are still bearish on the 4. So yeah, let's be patient and see what price decides to do. USD CAD moving like crazy. Okay, so I feel like we've probably changed context somewhat. We are bearish on the hourly, as we can see. Yeah. Structure was broken right there. Maybe you're even leaving behind some supply. So that was on the hourly. curious to see if or what structure is like on the on the 4 hour. Still very much so bullish on the 4 hour. Still bullish on the 3. Even on the 2. So kind of just the hourly's gone to bearish. Well, we have mitigated the supply on the lower time frame. I will still use this, however, as, you know, as a supply block, and we will be able to zoom in and see where any other inefficiencies lie. That's kind of like, that's pretty much here. We've got a little fair value gap there, so that shows you where the inefficiency is. Yeah, no real other supply around here from what I can see. Yeah, so given we kind of just, at the moment, this range kind of one of those ones that you just have to be patient. As we are still technically bullish on the higher timeframes, we can look at this as a potential range and just see what price does. Once again, I do like the fact that Asia high is there. And then Asia low, I believe, has been taken out. Yeah, Asia low has been swept. And given the context is bullish, there is supply above due to a low time frame bearish context, we can expect pullbacks. So we can expect price deviating, coming back in, and then breaking structure to target that Asia high. So definitely monitor USD CAD. We'll see what how price behaves. You know what? I'll move USD CAD towards up here. Perfect. We'll leave that as is. I believe we looked at CHF JPY. Yes, GBP AUD. Well, we are now bullish. So yeah, we're bullish on the hour, on the 1 hour as well. For this to be a valid move, I need price to come back into the range. Given we have just deviated the range and we can sort of expect moves back in, I am willing to look at this as a potential distribution model. It needs more time. Actual low is there. On second thoughts, that has, you got to start your range from here if we do this correctly. Asia high has been taken. Yeah, I'll just monitor this a bit longer and see what price does. Because yeah, context wise says screams bullish, so important that we don't rush. We will see what happens. That is GBP AUD. Euro NZD. Nicely mitigated supply. This could, I was gonna say this could look interesting because we have mitigated supply, but the environment is very much so bullish. What I do like is how we've perfectly mitigated that refined supply POI. Boom. But yeah, no structure has been broken yet. Maybe we can look at a move here. We'll see. Although this could be... It's definitely an hourly OPIF, which is quite powerful, so I will be very hesitant to trade this already. But let's see if it looks different when we zoom in. Okay, no. I personally wouldn't be trading this. Just saying, it's against the context. It's like ever so slightly been mitigated. Yeah, there's still quite a bit of an imbalance. Yeah. Like the Asia low hasn't been, yeah, neither has the Asia high, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just not liking it. Look at the bigger picture, guys. We are contextually bullish, so price has all the reason to go higher. The return to zone's not bad from here to here. I don't mind it, but we've technically front ran extreme. Yeah, technically speaking, we've actually front ran extreme liquidity. So this is just not that clean, isn't it? That's been mitigated. Yeah, so all that's been mitigated. This is our only extreme liquidity POI, which hasn't been tapped, as you can see. So there is no reason whatsoever to trade this at all for now. In terms of demand, you've even got structural demand here. Like, yeah, guys, just expect higher on Euro NZD. Let's not sugarcoat anything. Yeah, we expect higher. Here is our Asia low. And then here is our Asia high. Yeah, that's it for Euro NZD. Let's go to Euro GBP. Okay, we've even mitigated that demand, so probably got some decent accumulation in here. Very likely. You can kind of see it. Tap 1, tap 2, tap 3, tap 4. Technically speaking, we are bearish on the hourly. Sorry, I'm looking at 2 hourly. This could be a different. Yeah, sorry. We are bullish on the hourly. 2 hourly was bearish, and then obviously therefore 4 hourly is bearish. I feel like I've already looked at this, but I will look at it again just to double check what is going on here. So we can use this supply.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
That is ever so slightly valid. Still sort of a while off us mitigating this, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, at the moment for Euro GBP, not a whole lot I'm too interested in. Like we're overall bearish. We're just having a little slight retracement, I guess. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Euro USD. Well, we should be bearish technically. Technically, we're bullish now. Yeah, bullish on the hour. Probably still quite bearish on the 4 hour. Rightly so. We're almost becoming bullish on the 2 hour as well. So for now we are bullish. But obviously the euro has been going down quite a bit against the US dollar as of late. We have left quite a few demand POIs behind us, so yeah, I guess like we could be potentially reversing. We'll see. This is quite nice. Very, very clean so far. Very clean. Yeah, I'm not looking at this as a range pull, not at all. And as you can see, like we're continuing to leave behind demand, so at least for now, I kind of expect higher. If we can catch a little scalp, pull back into here, that'll be great, but otherwise, and then there is some supply in here. Will be interesting to see how price rejects from this supply. That is Euro USD for today. So here we got our alert set, and we'll check CHF JPY. We've just got an alert there. Yeah, so see, like already this is no longer looking like a range, as you can see. Therefore, this does not interest me anymore. Boom. If we can pull back, then maybe we can get something like this, where this becomes the new range. This becomes a new range, which was created by a very minuscule distribution here. So we can definitely look at something like that, potentially for CHF JPY. And that also means that we have grabbed this extreme liquidity. So that is very nice to see. Boom. So yeah, that's kind of what I would like to, we're far off from this happening, but that's kind of what I would like to see for CHF JPY. So we will see what happens. I'll put an alert like around here. All right. And the last Forex pair for today, GBP USD. Already I can sort of see this could be interesting. We're obviously bearish. This may have changed. We are now bullish on the hourly. Still bearish on the 4-hour. Okay. There is, alongside us transitioning to bullish on the hourly, we have also created some demand. And that's kind of that for Forex. If we can get a mitigation here, that'd be nice. Doesn't really matter if we deviate first or mitigate. Yeah. That is kind of it for Forex, guys. So to summarize, your NZD, what's your NZD doing? Okay, we've sort of liquidity. However, it is fairly counter context. So yeah, to summarize, we had some potential moves in the commodities sector. What did we have again? Gold, I believe. Well, like, yeah, we just got potentials. Yeah, so we had this really nice liquidity building up in gold. So potentially we can get a distribution there. We'll see. Silver, not a whole lot was happening. And then oil, same thing. They're kind of all in the same sort of realm. But I'm definitely looking at gold. Gold's definitely the most intriguing with this sell side liquidity building up really, really nicely. And yeah, we're looking for a distribution here. And in terms of Forex, everything has kind of remained the same. Really nice sell side liquidity in GBP, JPY. I expect us to flush soon. USD, JPY, monitoring this range, still a while from us getting a confirmation, I believe. USD CAD, same thing, not a whole lot, just we haven't even got our second deviation yet. NZD CAD, not a whole lot there. AUD CHF, nothing really to monitor. Our main levels are set. GBP NZD, potential exhaustion here. We'll see. Still quite a while away from this. So I feel like a lot of these moves we might be looking early into next week, realistically. AUD CAD as well. AUD USD. Context here is bearish. Like maybe you can get something here. We'll see. Too low time frame for my liking. Asia low hasn't been swept either. Another is Asia high. If we can get a sweep of Asia high, that would actually be quite nice. We'll see. There you go. We found one. We found one, guys. Low time frame range though, like not even 2 hours. So be patient there. CHF JPY, we've looked at it. GBP AUD, same thing. It's just a potential range building. Euro NZD, already spoken about, and then these are fresh in our mind. So yeah, that is it for Forex, guys. I will do a crypto update as well. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you've made it this far, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.